and welcome to the Gcraft server. My name is Arne and I will be your tour guide of the day. Today I'd like to show you our latest build, the Notre Dame cathedral. And as you can see, I'm currently at the survival spawn, so if you want to see it for yourself, you can just go over here to the points of interest and click the Notre Dame. Shall we just remove this? Let's with us. Alrighty. So let me just turn down the tele. Alright, so let's start by looking at the outside. It's as you can see, it's for me it feels pretty simple the front, um, but you can do a lot of stuff to make it a bit less simple, like adding stuff like this to the size, so it's not just squares and squares. I know it's Minecraft, but still squares are bad, and yeah, that's not good when you're building a building that's pretty much just a square, at least the front part of it. But as you can see, I've tried. If you look at a picture and compare to this, I think I've hit it pretty accurately. And the reason I used the tainted glass is that the building, when I was done with the exterior, the building was pretty grey. It's just grey and grey and grey. Oop, sorry. And as you can see here, it's in snow biome. So I've actually used half slabs. All these are half slabs because then snow will not spawn on them, and then you have a pathway. Uh, but if you accidentally place two half slabs above each other, then it counts as a block, and then snow can land. As I can actually show you that up here. Where is it? Like here, because this is two half slabs, so it's one block, and snow can spawn on it. But yeah, I like to use this sort of instead of placing fences and stuff like that for a rail. I like to use this sort of technique, and I'm not sure if anyone else uses it because I just came up with it myself one day. Uh, and yeah, it's sad, but I have to have double slabs here for it to look decent from here. And when I build stuff, I don't just want it to look good. For example, when I'm over here. No, I want it to look good even when you're close up. I know no one can get up here unless you have fly, but still I want it to look good because I know if it looks good or not, and that's why I take pride in stuff like that. And the top here is just flat. I couldn't get a picture of the building showing what was actually on top of this, so I just made it flat. But yeah, that pretty much covers the front part. Not much to say. Now, shall we move on to the roof? The reason I'm showing you stuff up close is so that you might get some ideas yourself for when you're building medieval style. As you can see here, the roof. This is actually just clay. I started off with it being just cobble, but it got so grey, and the actual building is sort of a whitish roof, and that's why I made it into clay blocks instead. And the technique I'm using here with half slabs and those, I never know what they're called. What are they called? I know where they are. They're right here. Cobblestone walls. Uh, Gives a real nice effect. And I will not take credit for coming up with that. It's actually the owner Glitter who was the first I know of that used that technique to build to make a roof with. But yeah, you can replace these cobblestone walls with stairs if you want, but then it just becomes a lot harder when you get into corners like this, where you can see it would just look weird. Um, but yeah, as you can see, it changes, so it's not just one line, one line, one line. No, it's actually changing spot from each point. Um, so yeah, that's basically the roof, and then we have here, and again you cannot get to these sort of places without fly, but I still made sure they were accurate, and I look at the picture and they had this little sort of platform That didn't have all those small windows, but I added because it was too plain and boring, you know. And then the sides here, of course, because it's Minecraft and stuff like that, it's not 100% the exact same building because you even from bedrock to the top, you will not be able to build it high enough. I went more for like realistic buildings, so that actually fills into scale with the player. Let's see, if you look at the player and then you look at that, it looks more into scale, and that's what I went for. But let's see here. Um, these small towers here, that in real life, they take the weight of the roof goes down to the walls, and then it is pushed. All the force it creates, all the weight is pushed out throughout these pillars down to this, and that way you have a much more open plane inside. And it's fabulous architecture. It's unbelievable they could think of stuff like that back then. Um, yeah, I love architecture. But and then I've also made a little platform all the way here because that's also sort of like in the real version. And yeah, these sides were a bit plain, so I just placed a few stairs just to get a bit of size and something into the side. And as you can see, I've used this cobblestone wall a lot. Uh, just to add some texture to the plain surfaces. But also, I haven't just made it all in stone brick because that that really gets boring. And although you don't really notice it on a different, you notice it a bit, but not much. Just adding stones for like the corners and stuff like that, it makes a huge difference when you're building in this scale, especially when you get up close. I believe in here, nope, I believe wrong. Oh yeah, as you can see here, I placed snow blocks below here because there would be a grass block right there and it wouldn't fit because everything else is snow. Yeah, and then we get to the side. Again, if you look at a real picture, this is pretty accurate when you compare the size and stuff like that. Because I didn't want it to be like, if I wanted to be more detailed, this shit would be huge as, yeah, it would just be ridiculous, rectangular. So, and yeah, again, I'll platform it down here, and if you will notice inside that these windows is a bit higher up than those over there. So yeah, again, I used the same model here, and then I got to the issue. Normally there would be one here on the corner, one on each corner, but it looked ugly when I tried to make it so, because Minecraft again is a square. You can build south, north, south, east, west. It's a bit trickier to build yeah, like that, you know. And that's why I didn't build any pillars here in the back. Oh, looks good, eh? Oh yeah, now it's becoming night. Then you can see all the different things I've done. As you can see here, the ambient lighting. Uh, whoa, I mean, like, that's some ambient lighting behind here, and also all the way through these small gaps. The way I made that is just to place some light behind the stairs. Because if you place light behind the stairs, it will give this ambient feeling, and it feels really natural when it comes to a building like this. And as you can see, it's actually pretty well lit up. Maybe I should add some torches up there and stuff like that, but I'm not sure yet. I don't like using torches that way. Uh, so yeah, and as you can see behind here, we have some redstone lamps, which is my favorite sort of lighting. And then again, some towers. And here, as you can see, stairs upside down, then on top of it, and then two blocks to get some height because it's a little platform, so it would actually be real short if you just place stairs, 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 and that's why I placed some cobblestone as well. But yeah, that's pretty much, and of course the tower. Maybe I should add some lighting up to the top. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But yeah, there's not much to say about the outside. It pretty much speaks for itself. So let's look at the interior. I for once did interior, although I really hate doing interior. But I figured out. Look, look at how well lit it is, except those two walls. But that's actually because below this is carpet. This is not wood blocks. It's carpet, as you can see here, and you can actually place a glowstone or redstone lamp uh, below it and then plug it above, but it will still give the exact same amount of light. Uh, and that's a nice way to fill in interior for such a big building. As you can see, there's not much interior. I just placed some benches here and there, and an elevator. Ooh, two up here, so you can get up to this platform and look down. And as you can see, this is my way of making a chandelier. I really wanted it to be redstone lamps, but I couldn't get a source of I couldn't get a lever to fit in, sadly. And again, just a bit of decorations on the walls here, just to make it less plain. I've tried a lot of designs and damn it. Alright. Don't don't mind this. I'll need to fix that. It needs to be like this. I'm as you can see here, it's a cathedral, so I made sort of this cross like, and I've tried a lot of different ways to make this, but if I wanted it to be less plain and flat, it would fill too much, so you would only have like uh, let's see, 5, 6, 7 gap here in the middle, and that wouldn't fit well with the building itself. And else, there's not much to say about this. As you can see, the roof, I just changed between the light and the darkest wood, and then here in the middle, it all comes together. And as you can see, it actually forms a little cross. And this was purely accidental. I didn't mean to do that from the beginning, but hey, sometimes you get lucky. And again, a lot of chandeliers to fill the light in, because nothing is worse than a real dark building. But here's what I spoke about a bit ago, uh, the windows height difference. But I actually like it because it gives a sense of dimension to the entire thing. And here you can get outside, and yeah, again, that's not much decoration because I really hate it, so I just made the floor. If anyone on the server loves to decorate, then feel free to ask me. Then maybe you can get to do some interior decorations here. And I know no one will ask, hey, can I get to do some interior decoration, because we all really hate interior decorations. What the hell? I thought I just saw someone. Okay, never mind. But yeah, if you go through the middle, both sides are actually identical, because that's how it is in the real one. And again, just some benches on here. We go up to where the Y is this weird lag. Uh, again, as you can see here, same trick I did outside with snow blocks, I've done with the wool blocks, so you don't really notice that it's carbon. But here goes up the reverend, or what you want to call him, the father, the priest, whatever, and say, oh, lo domine. Let me see if I know anything in Latin. Noch Doras, Doras, Doras tante duferatur Amsterdam. Something like nog eens tende tussen to Amsterdam. Something like that. That's sort of Latin. It's a long while since I learned a bit of Latin, and it wasn't that much. But yeah, I might add something out, some decorations outside, like trees and stuff like that. But yeah, this was my take on the Notre Dame. I know I have made it before, but now we have a lot more options when it comes to blocks and stuff like that, and I have a bit more skills, and that's why I decided to remake it. Feel free to come and watch it on our server. As you saw, you can get to it directly from the survival spawn. I am Sahani, and I'll see you next time.